Hello and welcome back to Wonderland. So today we are back in London and we're going to have afternoon tea here at the Harry Hotel right behind me. So come along with me down the rabbit hole and we'll experience it together. Well, hello. It looks like we made our way back down the rabbit hole, and today we're at the Harry Hotel London, and we're going to have an Italian-inspired afternoon tea today. I'm looking forward to something a little different, aren't you? So on today's menu, it looks like we're going to have 5 different kinds of savories, and of course our scones with our jam and our clotted cream, and then 4 different kinds of sweets. I'm looking forward to it. Something a little different is always wonderfully unexpected. As I look around, I chose to set out on their little terrace. It's an enclosed terrace that above us is from the hotel, but there's a glass enclosed roof, and around there are a lovely fake foliage, just making it look nice and green in here with lots of pretty flowers. There's a few little tables. There is definitely music right behind me. A few tall tables and several little ones, so it's not a large seating area, but that's good. I'm happy to be out here. There's just one other couple out here with me right now, and it looks like another afternoon tea is being set up right next to me. But beyond that, I noticed that there are bottles of Pierre Jouet all over the place. So I was inclined, I tell you I was inclined. So today we are definitely having some rabbit juice. A naughty bottle of rabbit juice. I'm just in the mood, I tell ya. So let's start this afternoon tea off right. So here's to you. Here's to me, and let's have a lovely afternoon tea. I will tell you, if you're out and looking for nice rabbit juice, Pierre Jouet is quite nice, I tell you, quite nice indeed. I am very silly. I thought this was all enclosed, but actually there's a big chunk of the glass ceiling that's open, and I was told that if it rains, they can shut it all up, and in the wintertime, they have heaters out here, and sometimes in the evenings, they make this into a cigar lounge so people can smoke their cigars and cigarettes, and all the smoke goes away. Well, that's really nice. It's kind of an all-season venue, definitely. And I also noticed right underneath me, there is charging points for your electronic devices. Wow, they just think of everything here. Speaking of that, so you see I'm wearing my turquoise today. The nice waiter, he noticed that, and he brought me the most lovely teacup and saucer and plates that match my clothes. I love that. I love that little details, I tell you. Detail, detail, detail. I'm just gonna say this. This is gonna be my new thing. The waiter also brought me the burro for my rabbit juice. An ice bucket. That's now going to be known as a burro because it's a rabbit burro, and that's rabbit juice. So, why not? If we're going to do it, we might as well completely commit to it, right? On the menu as well for your hot tea, you have 7 different kinds of tea selections, and they are brought to you by the Jing Tea Company once again, like last weekend. So that's a single garden estate tea, which is always very nice. And today, what I've decided, I'm going to have their rosebud tea. It's Jing whole rosebuds, beautiful pink rosebuds for a clean, fragrant, and leafy infusion. So I'm learning to really enjoy floral flavors, and I'm really gonna hopefully enjoy this rose infused tea. But once it comes, when I start my sweets, I'll share it with you as well. I did notice as well, you can get coffee. So if you're more of a coffee person, they will take care of that for you with this afternoon tea. prices here at the Hari Hotel afternoon tea is going to start at £40 a person, which seems really good, especially if the food is nice. And if you want a glass of rabbit juice, it's going to go up to £55 a person. So, you know, I think that's pretty, reasonable, especially in this part of the town. We're very close to Chelsea. So, but for me, I wanted my own bubbles, so I got my own bottle. If you come here and you choose not to set up in this little secret garden, they do have a restaurant, and I'll make sure to post some pictures right now about that, or a little bit of video, so you can see what that looks like. I also just read, which I probably should have told you in the beginning, afternoon tea is served from 12 to 4 every day. So if you're staying here or in the area, you can pop in during those times, but always, make yourself a reservation. It always helps to let them know you're on your way. And I wanted to remind you once again, I usually go through afternoontea.co.uk just because there's so many different suggestions for different kinds of afternoon teas. As you know, it's always a red flag if your afternoon tea trays come out as soon as you sit down or within the first 5 minutes. Personally, that's a red flag to me. So I was just informed that mine's going to take a little while, which is great because it's all freshly done just for me. And something very thoughtful, my waiter brought me out a few little nibbles just in case I wanted something to whet my appetite, which is very nice. A little thing of almonds and little Italian biscuits. I think that is great. Wonderful, wonderful attention to detail once again. I am so looking forward to this afternoon tea. Oh my goodness, I just was given my 3-tiered tea tower. Doesn't it look nice? It's a contemporary tea tower now that you need to know. 3 tiers on top. I have my lovely sweet courses. In the middle, I have my scones with my clotted cream and my strawberry jam. And then down below is where I'm looking forward to trying is all of the savory, the Italian savory courses. So let's get this afternoon tea started. So as I look at the savories right now, I realize it's going to be a little different today. I'm not going to do cross sections of what I eat because it's kind of silly. So it might go a little quicker than usual, but we don't know. But up first, let me show you what we have. We have a focaccia with 24-month Parma ham, stracciatella, and balsamic vinegar. Ooh, does that look delicious? That had everything that I love in a bite of food. Crunchy focaccia, salty Parma ham. It had the stracciatella, which is cheese. It's a very mild cheese. I would like something a little stronger, but it's a very, very mild ham. Almost like a ricotta, a runny ricotta. But that aged balsamic, oh, if you know, you know. It's sweet and beautiful. So you have crunchy, sweet, salty bliss. Good way to start Hari Hotel. Up next on this Italian fantasy is a bruschetta or bruschetta, right? How do you say it? Bruschetta or bruschetta? I just say whatever comes out of my mouth, I tell you. But up next is the bruschetta, and that is heritage tomato, toasted sourdough with basil and olive oil. And it looks so beautiful and fresh. Can't wait to try it. Well, let me tell you, for one that does not care very much for raw tomatoes, they have done a magical feat. I really enjoyed this one. The tomatoes were cut up so finely and just dressed with olive oil and vinegar, just perfectly. And the bread that was on, it wasn't crunchy, it was just easier to eat. Ooh, rabbit juice. It was delicious. It really was, yeah. A perfect bruschetta. I am definitely looking forward to this one. And you'll know why in a moment. This is a truffled arancini. And that is truffle, arancini, truffle mayonnaise. Oh yeah, and it smells delightful. no, rather divine. I bit into this arancini bottle, and here you go. This is what it looks like inside. I can definitely taste the truffle, and it's probably coming from the truffle mayonnaise, which is glorious. I love truffle mayonnaise. Inside, it's a little bland because it is essentially a fried rice ball, but I'm definitely here for this truffle mayonnaise. Looks like our next little treat is back to basics. We've got smoked salmon with cream cheese on a brown bread. But it looks like there's a lot of cream cheese in here, and the bread is nice and soft. So there you go. It just makes me appreciate all the different offerings we've had today. So hopefully Mr. Salmon's going to be delicious though. The first thing I thought of is like, well, how can you mess up smoked salmon, right? Believe me, I've had messed up smoked salmon before, but this is not one of them. Yeah, it was perfect. 2 layers of salmon in there, lots of cream cheese, soft bread. It was a very nice little tea sandwich, and I was very pleased with it. But I'm much more pleased with the unique offerings that we do have on today's menu. I did want to point out as well, beyond the artificial plants, there's a lot of proper real plants all around this little secret garden. So yes, it's not all artificial, there's a lot of real ones here too, and they are very happy plants. So this is a testament to how much I'm enjoying this food. So our last bit of savory is a carpaccio, which I love carpaccio. But what you're seeing right now is ciabatta, seared carpaccio, ricotta, and aged Parmesan with rocket. It looks delicious. I adore carpaccio in any way, shape, or form. So let's try it out. The ciabatta was nice and crunchy. The carpaccio was just slightly seared. I still like the raw beef of normal carpaccio. The ricotta was fine. It was another very bland cheese, but I know what ricotta is. You know, that's fine. But it was just a nice, sophisticated, finger-sized sandwich, which I love. And I am not complaining at all. I've really enjoyed something unique in this afternoon tea, definitely. So yeah, all of the savories I really enjoyed. Between you and me, I was very scandalous. And with that carpaccio on that ciabatta, just to zhuzh it up a little bit, what I did is I used some of that leftover truffle mayonnaise and a little bit of that aged balsamic and ate it with the rest of what I had. And that was delicious. I like big flavors, but you know, shh, don't tell anybody. I'm gonna move on to my scones right now. It looks like they're covered in powdered sugar. They look very nice. They're not hot, but I didn't expect them really to be. And I wasn't really expecting to have scones with an Italian afternoon tea either. But they are served with clotted cream and strawberry jam. So let's just open it up and see how it is. Oh, it's very, very soft. Very nice. Ooh, just dropping powdered sugar everywhere. It's like Cafe du Monde here in London. I have a little bit of scones with my jam and cream, so let's try this out. Well, that was surprising. There's orange peel in that one. So the scone itself was very nice. It was lighter than a traditional heavy scone. Very good. I really enjoyed the powdered sugar on the outside of it. I thought that was nice. Strawberry jam was nice. Clotted cream, very good. Yeah, a decent scone course, absolutely. We're going to start our sweet portion of this afternoon tea, and everything seems to continuously be an Italian theme, which I love. So the first thing up, a little play on words. This is a tiramisu. Love it, tiramisu, choux. Yeah, there you go. You got this. So this is a choux with mascarpone cream and espresso glaze. It looks delightful. Let's give it a try. The tiramisu was gorgeous. The choux bun itself was very, very light. That beautiful cream inside of it was gorgeous. That vanilla cream, oh my gosh, not too sweet. It was just perfect. And then that espresso dust, it was lovely. I would have several of those on a plate and pretend I was one of those housewives that just sat and ate bonbons. I think I'd be very happy doing that, definitely. What you're looking at right now is something called a mini bomba. Ah, isn't it beautiful? Look at that color. Ooh, it is a mini donut with pistachio cream. And my goodness, there is even a little bit of gold on top. I do like the look of this one. A mini donut, sugared mini donut with pistachio cream. I mean, oh yeah. You know, it's a little nutty because of the pistachio, but that color green is just so beautiful with the gold on top. Yeah, I loved it. It was a little hard to cut through. It did not want to be cut through at all, but I got through it and I really enjoyed it. For our third lovely little delicacy, this is called the caprice, and it is a flourless lemon and almond cake with lemon gel. And it looks like it has a big ripe raspberry right on top. So let's try it out. That was delicious. Wow. Flourless lemon cake with almond, lemon gel, big ripe raspberry. Oh my gosh, such a juicy cake. It was not a sweet cake. I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. And there's even some powdered sugar on top, yes, so it is a little sweet. But I'll tell you, the lemon glaze in there, woohoo, knock your socks right off, but it was gorgeous. I am going to finish this sweet selection on my favorite, probably one of my favorite desserts ever. It's a cannoli. Oh, do you like cannolis? I know I certainly do. Don't see them very often, but I love them. Look at this. It's lovely. It looks like there might even be pistachio crumb at the end of it. Yeah, it looks good. Let's try it out. Trying to cut the cannoli. I don't think cannolis are meant to be cut, so I'm gonna have to bite it. So this might turn your nose up or change your mind about where I am. This is a smoking area, which you don't usually see here in London or many other places where they serve food. It's ventilated, but now I smell proper cigarette smoke. So if you're averse to that, this might change your mind completely. I'm sure it doesn't happen all the time when people are out here doing this, but I've been here for, about an hour and a half and nobody has been, but we just received a group of people that are doing it. So there you go. I have to be honest with you, just in case it happens to you as well. I just received my hot tea, and if you remember, it is a rose tea. So, ooh, it smells so pretty, and it's the most beautiful yellow color. It's not even golden, it's like yellow. Ooh, love it. Definitely tastes like roses. Yeah, it's really nice. I like it very much. It's just a hint of rose. It's not overpowering. So if you're not terribly into floral flavors, you'd probably be just fine with it. Let's get back to the cannoli. It's very good. It was very, very nice. Very much filled, as you can see, with lots of the ricotta cheese. The shell itself is very, very crunchy. A lot of powdered sugar. I did taste the candied orange in it. Yeah, and that was pistachio dust on the outside. It looks like a bit of chocolate dust as well. Yeah, delicious. A very, very nice cannoli here in London. So what I want you to do is stay tuned next I'll tell you what I think of the Harry Hotel, and it's Italian afternoon tea. So we're at the time of our afternoon tea review where I tell you what I think. Well, when I first walked in, I wasn't too sure about the surroundings because it's a rather small place, and when there's more than me in one little area, it gets a little awkward filming, if you understand. But it was okay. I think the surroundings are lovely. It's a very casual afternoon tea. If you're out shopping or staying in the area, I think definitely come here for a lovely afternoon tea. The food was delicious. It was very good. The price point was very, very good. I think there's been a lot of afternoon teas I've been on, and this has been a really good value for money. I feel the only thing that's going to let it down is people are allowed to smoke, and I think because I'm not a smoker myself, it's very disconcerting when I'm eating. But I just need you to understand that it's allowed here because there is an open sky right there that allows it to ventilate out. But I'm glad that it happened that they walked in after I've been here for a while. Definitely, because smoking an afternoon tea just doesn't work, does it? No. But boy, if that didn't happen, this would have been like a full-on knock it out of the park for the price point. But wait staff has been very, very good. Yeah. What do you do, right? What do you do? But anyways, I will ask you to please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week down the rabbit hole with me. Bye-bye.